Nick, nice guitar. Is that an original?
It's a vintage 1979 copy.
Neat. Do you play?
No, I just collect them.
Mind if I try?
Whoa! Sorry, you'll damage the finish.
What's the big deal?
This is a collector's guitar. You can't damage the finish.
Whoa. How many guitars do you have?
I don't keep a running tally.
So you clean them, you collect them, but you don't play them.
That's right.
Do you think you might have an issue?
With what?
Dude, maybe you should go talk to someone. So this guy's hobby and passion for guitars is clearly out of control. It might be symptoms of something we call obsessive compulsive disorder, or OCD. I'm Dr. Tom Unger, and welcome to Think You Can Shrink. This is a show where we take people who think they're good amateur shrinks, good at giving advice, and see how they do. And they're not all as good at it as you might think. So today, let's meet our patient who's got symptoms of OCD. Nick is a legal assistant whose girlfriend has just left him. He obsesses over his unusually large collection of guitars, yet he doesn't play. His obsessions are affecting his life and work, but he doesn't realize it. Talking to Nick today is Philip, a factory worker, and Ben, a video editor. Hi, Ben. Welcome.
Hi.
What makes you think you can shrink?
Well, I like to have a lot of psychological conversations with my wife. We like to work everything out together, and we have both, dabbled in psychology at both, in an educational level and also like actually having been to therapy ourselves. So I feel like I have a little bit of knowledge in that respect.
Excellent. Well, today's your opportunity. We have
Yes.
a person in need of your help.
Great.
Let's see what you can do.
I'm looking forward to it.
So while Ben gets ready to meet Nick, let's meet our judges. We have today the co-host of ET Canada, someone who's used to talking to people, Rick Campanelli.
I do it from time to time. Nice to see you, Tom. Thank you.
Nice to see you. Psychiatrist extraordinaire, Dr. Robert Weinstein.
Watch what you say.
And a very hip family physician, emergency room doctor, Dr. Jean-Pierre Champagne.
Good to see you, Tom.
Let's see how Ben does.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
You too.
I'm Ben.
I'm Nick.
Hi, Nick. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I guess my friend suggested I come talk to somebody. I've just been struggling a little, I guess.
Okay, yeah. So what are you struggling with?
Well, my girlfriend left me pretty recently, and then I've been having a bit of trouble at work. But.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what sort of things have you been struggling with?
Well,
Like what sort of?
I guess like I've been a little distracted and sometimes a little bit late. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By like a little bit, you mean like? What do you mean by a little bit distracted? Can you elaborate on that? Like what sort of things are, things are flowing through your mind
Oh, I mean,
to distract you?
just like sometimes I get all my work done, but sometimes I'm just focused on other things instead.
Okay. What do you do?
I'm a legal assistant.
Okay. Where do you work as a legal assistant? Like, is it
Just
downtown?
one of the
or-
downtown firms.
Downtown, cool.
Sorry,
what's-
your shirt's kind of pulled up a little bit over there.
How's that working out? Is that working better?
Oh yeah.
So what kind of things distract you?
Just I'll spend some time working on my hobbies while I'm at work sometimes. But
Yeah.
like I said, I'm still getting all my
Yeah.
work done. So
Yeah. What kind of hobbies do you have?
I collect musical instruments. Which is,
Oh yeah, that's really cool, actually.
I dabble in a few things.
Yeah.
I play some guitar more than anything.
That's cool. So, you said you split up with your girlfriend recently, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know, like, what was the circumstances there?
Well, I guess she was talking about moving in together, and then we sort of started fighting about that sort of thing. We had some disagreements on what we wanted, I guess, and it didn't work out. So.
What did you want?
Well, I guess space for her was a really big issue. I need quite a bit of space in a place where I live. I like to have,
physical space?
yeah, I like to have a lot of room, and then also my instrument collections as well take up quite a bit of space. So I have in my current place I have a room dedicated to that, and that wasn't really okay with her.
You feel like the parting ways was all built up around the moving in together?
Well, I mean, maybe more like the hobbies stuff in general, that like its role in my life, I guess. She always thought that all the instruments I collect are pretty kind of stupid. So,
that's too bad.
Yeah, but
like, wouldn't you want to be? I mean, okay, look, I don't want to like say that your relationship was. I feel like you could find somebody who appreciated that, though. No, like, is that important to you, to find somebody who like appreciates the thing that you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really.
You shouldn't think it was you.
I see what Ben's trying to do. He's trying to help Nick out with this situation that he's in. I'm not sure if he's saying the right things at this point, but.
I think in doing so, he's hoping that Nick will open up and become more fluent, or more
yeah.
fluid in his conversation, because Nick is giving him this much, and I think that there's a lot to it.
Of course. Yeah.
You know, one thing I find interesting about the scenario is that if you look closely, there's a lot of physical cues going on right now. I don't know if you notice, Nick has a little bottle of hand sanitizer. Right. He arranged the Kleenex box. He commented on Ben's shirt. So a lot of physical things to pick up on.
I wonder if he is picking up and it's making him nervous.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
That's not fair to yourself, I don't think. I mean, I wouldn't go around. People have different reasons for doing lots of stuff. And I think the human mind wants to make connections. So I feel like you would want to make a connection with something that you did. Oh, well, she left, so maybe it was this, maybe it was that. And you don't really know. And it's honestly, trying to get the truth out of somebody who simply wants to leave is not worth it either. So I think that, frankly, you just have to just accept the fact that it happened and move on.
I get the feeling Ben again illustrated a very sort of human quality. He started talking and had no idea where his sentence was going. I have no idea what he just said. I truly don't. Yeah.
The body language should tell something, though. He's not picking up on the body language.
How Nick isn't moving at all.
See how rigid he is?
Yeah, I see that. And Ben's doing all the moving.
He's
squirming around.
He's squirming for two.
You're right, so he is uncomfortable. Yeah. See, Ben is trying to boost Nick up, because Ben is thinking at this point, and he's thinking that this whole conversation is about Nick's girlfriend leaving him, but there's just so much more that's going on here.
He's missing the boat.
He is missing it. Yeah.
If you change the optics a little bit, Nick describes a scenario where he collects a few things, and that benign attribute ended, or that benign hobby led to the end of his relationship, his girlfriend moving out. There's something else. There's something else going on there.
I think Ben likes guitars way too much.
I was going to say.
And he's blaming it all on the girl. You're better than this, man. You get a girl who likes guitars.
Exactly.
Like,
that's the solution. Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Don't put up with something that's not working just because it's there. A lot of people are complacent and they're just like, well, I'm in the relationship, so it couldn't possibly be better. If it can't be worked out verbally, then maybe it's just better that it went that way, I think my time is up. I hope that maybe I helped you a little bit.
I guess I feel a little bit better. I mean, I've certainly got more time to spend on my own hobbies now.
That's true, and I think it's important that you don't compromise on a relationship, and you try to find somebody who works with you, together.
Yeah.
Great. It was really nice to meet you.
You too.
So how did that go for you?
I think it went pretty well. I felt like I had to sort of warm him up a little bit. He seemed like he was a little bit reserved when I first got in there. So once I started talking to him, I feel like I got a little bit of information out about his relationship, and I thought I was able to give him a little bit of advice in terms of his relationship.
Our judges thought that maybe you spoke a little bit too much about yourself, and that maybe you missed the boat that he had something called OCD, a lot of cleaning and stuff going on.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think of that?
Yeah, I did notice that. I didn't touch on the OCD. I felt like I could have gone down that path, but it felt, I don't know, I guess it felt obvious to me, so I wanted to focus on his relationship. And I tried to relate him to me because I feel like that helps me when I'm looking for help. So.
Well, thank you for being on Think You Can Shrink.
Thanks very much.
So judges, how do you think Ben did?
He didn't do the best in my mind, Tom. I'm going to admit. He wasn't that sensitive to what was actually the issue, I think. He missed it.
Yeah, there were lots of cues there. I don't think he picked up on anything. He just missed the boat.
Yeah. I get the feeling and I get the sense that his heart was in the right place, but it became a conversation about nothing.
Okay, great. Thank you, judges. So that was Ben. Let's see how Philip does. Hi, Philip. Welcome.
Hi.
I'm Dr. Unger. So you work in a milk factory.
I do.
What makes you think you can shrink?
Well, I realized growing up, a lot of people came to me for advice, and it was a good advice, and they would take it, and I guess it would change their lives, so they keep coming back for more advice. That's why.
Well, Philip, today's your lucky day. We have a person in need of your advice.
Looking forward to it.
Hey, good afternoon.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm doing all right. I just wanted to kind of talk to somebody, I guess. My brother was saying I should see if I could come talk to someone.
Yeah, sure. What do you want to talk about?
I'm not really sure. Just been having a little trouble with things. My girlfriend moved out recently, and I've been having some difficulties at work. So I just wanted to see if I could get on top of that.
Yeah. So is it the girlfriend moving out is the issue, or is it more so work?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about that too much. But
Yeah.
I mean, neither of those are very good. I mean, I guess I've still got a job. I don't still have a girlfriend. But
Oh, okay. Okay. So you seem a little anxious.
yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just bugging me a little bit. Your shirt's a little.
Oh, okay.
ruffled
Sorry.
there.
Okay. All right. Why did you? Is there a reason? Did your girlfriend give you a reason as to why you left? She left.
Well, I guess she was having trouble. She wanted to, I guess, go to the next level of things, and I mean, I guess I wasn't working for her in that way. I don't know.
Did she say what level she wanted to go to?
Well, we talked about moving in together, I guess, and she really wanted to do that, and we, I guess, had some disagreements on what sort of things we'd like to look for in a place.
And what are you looking for in a place?
Well, I guess I need a lot of room in a place that I want to have. And yeah, I guess she was more concerned with like where we lived and sort of being really at the heart of everything. And
yeah. And you said you want a bigger place. Why?
Well, I mean, for one, I need space for just sort of some of my things. I have a couple collections I'm pretty into.
Oh yeah.
So
What are those collections?
Mostly I really like music stuff.
Okay. What kind of music? Just instruments or?
Yeah, guitars especially. I've got a really extensive collection of those.
Are you really particular about how your guitars are situated?
Well, I mean, I have them organized in
Yeah.
the way I want, definitely. I mean, I want to be able to find them. I want things to look like they make sense next to each other. And,
Right. Yeah, it seems like you're a very organized person.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah. What happens if things are out of order for you? What happens? How do you feel?
I mean, I guess I'll just fix it for the most part.
Yeah. If you can't fix it, is it okay, or does it stay on your mind?
It can bug me sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go back to the whole girlfriend scenario.
Mm-hmm.
You said that kind of really got to you.
Yeah, I guess she didn't really like how much space that my stuff took up, especially, and she's a little bit more of a light on material stuff, I guess, and so that was a big deal for her, and I guess I spent a fair bit of time like working on that kind of thing as well because it's important to me. So.
Yeah. Did she say anything about spending time with her?
About me spending time with her?
Yeah.
Well, I like to spend time with her, absolutely, but I want to share interests as well, and I did try to include her in my own pursuits, and I don't know if she was really that interested in that, but. Yeah.
So, one thing I've just noticed about you is that one thing you noticed my shirt being out of the rumple here. Seems like things have to be very particular.
Well, I'm sorry, I thought I was doing you a favor.
Oh, it's okay, it's okay, definitely.
I didn't mean to offend you or anything.
No, definitely no offense. Just some things that I just kind of observe. Like the water, you're very clean, very... do you know anything about obsessive compulsive disorder at all?
I've heard the word before.
Yeah. Any idea what it means at all?
No, I don't really know much about that kind of stuff. But.
Oh, okay. Well, tell me what you think about this. When somebody has something they think about all the time, they can become obsessive. So people, let's say, would obsess over a door being locked or unlocked. So
right.
they would lock the door, but then they think, well, did I lock the door? The door is unlocked, so they obsess over it. And because of that obsession, it would turn into a compulsion, which is a behavior.
I think he's doing a great job of being very gentle and reflecting some of his observations back on the client. I just hope that he brings it into the troubles he's having and makes a connection between that and the troubles that he's having.
Right. Yeah. It's one thing, you're right, to diagnose something, but the approach now to deal with it is very, very important.
Right. But what Philip did here is that he brought together, he synthesized both the details on the story, but the physical attributes together. And he came together. I mean, he sharpened his stick very quickly to a diagnosis of OCD, which is not his role to diagnose or something like that. I think this guy's very astute.
And the eye contact is brilliant as well. Like, he has not left his Nick's eyes. Yeah. He wants to be there for him because he sees that he's going through some pretty tough issues right now.
You know, what I like the way he phrased something to Nick. He didn't say, I think you have obsessive compulsive disorder. He said, what do you think of this? Let me describe something. Tell me what you think about that. That's a great way of framing that.
Exactly. And then they obsess. So it's a cycle. They obsess, then they would behave to I guess, relieve that obsession. Okay. Do you have any things in your life that things you constantly think of that may bother you at all?
Yeah, I mean, if I left a dish out or something before I go to work, that'll bug me throughout the day. I guess maybe there are a few things like that. I mean, I mean, my clothes, as we were talking about, are pretty important to me. So if I hadn't hung up all my laundry, I can't really get on with my day sometimes.
So some things kind of prevent you from actually progressing forward.
Well, I mean, I don't find it's too bad. Like, maybe I'll be a little late for work sometimes because I just had to clean up around the house before I got there. I don't think that's a huge deal.
Have you ever thought about scheduling your time so that you spend X amount of hours or minutes doing the hobbies you love, but then you, I guess, subject yourself to another set of time where you spend time with your family or your girlfriend or things that need to be done like work and things like that?
How easy is it now on Nick's role to follow through with like the scheduling and all that stuff? Like, it's easy to say, let's try this, but for a patient like this,
he's done the right thing is that he's joined the two, like the issues that he comes in with, the distress in his life, he's joined it with, well, it could possibly be this. That's what's going to give Nick the motivation to go and look into it.
Follow a set schedule so that your life becomes balanced and stable, and then you can have less anxiety.
Well, it's something I'm willing to try it out. Yeah.
Okay, so let's try it out. We could work on that anytime. Like, we'll work on a scheduling system for you.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
No problem. Glad I could help.
Philip, very nice. How did that go for you?
I think it went great. I was able to observe small things that pointed out the thing he had an issue with. It was OCD. So I kind of gave advice based on his own issue. So if he has OCD, I gave him a schedule so that he could be very structured and still do things in life. So he was balanced.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
So judges, between Ben and Philip?
Well, I think, Tom, that Philip had total control over Nick's issue, and he knew exactly what direction to take. Ben, still to this point, I don't even know if he understood what Nick was dealing with. And Philip saw it. Philip hit it head on, and we actually see Philip is the one that says, thanks a lot, we'll try this. He gets up and leaves. He's like, my job is done here. I've done my part. Let's see if Nick can do his part now.
Rob?
I'm going to offer Philip a job.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. No, I think that he picked up on it very nicely. He connected the two parts of the interview together, and I hope that Nick takes up on that.
JP?
I was actually thinking the same thing, Tom. I was hoping that you and Rob have your resumes in order, because this guy, we're going to put him on staff. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. He did a really good job.
Excellent. Thank you, judges. So Nick's OCD was really interfering with his life, getting in the way of his relationships and his work. Philip's gentle but direct manner may be just the thing he needed to get some help. Ben, on the other hand, missed the boat and didn't address it. I'm Dr. Tom Unger, and on the next Think You Can Shrink, we'll have a different problem and 2 other people, contestants, who think they make good amateur shrinks. And remember, if something doesn't seem right, get checked out. See your doctor.
Think you can shrink, well maybe you'll stink, and if you don't stink, then you can shrink. Think you can shrink, well maybe you'll stink, and if you don't stink, then you can shrink. Are you the shrink to bring me back from the brink? Are you the shrink to bring me back from the brink? Are you the shrink to bring me